Who is the most unique Genshin Impact character? We know that all of the Genshin characters each have their own special backstory, lore, ambitions, passions, and personality, but who truly is the most unique out of all of them? Who is the one that stand out, who has traits that most others don't contain? Today, we're going to discuss about that. This is a follow-up video of my Who is the most normal character topic, so make sure to check that out after this one. Let's now begin. Like my most normal video, I'm going to measure their uniqueness into 4 different perspectives. The most unique, in the eyes of Mondstadt citizens, the most outstanding, from Liyue's point of view, the most special, from the people of Inazuma's perspective, the most distinctive, from the eyes of Sumire, and finally, who is the most unique, when looking at all of our playable characters, and their lore, personality, responsibility, story, species, and other factors. Let's start our analysis. In the eyes of Mondstadt citizens, it would seem easy to pick who is outstanding, like the Archon, or Homunculus. But keep in mind that we're talking about the public's perspective, and that the common people don't know those things, as they have chosen to keep it a secret. So, Venti being an Archon, Albedo being a synthetic human, and Kaeya not originally being from Mondstadt, isn't counted here, as they are hidden information. But later, I'll include those things, so they'll get their moment. My chosen character, for the most unique, is a close battle between Klee, Bennett, and Lisa, but in the end, I chose Bennett, a decision made by a coin toss. Him always having bad luck, no matter what happens, is just so incredibly special, anyone will immediately find that peculiar. His backstory is also incredibly mysterious, being found in a place where fire and thunder ruptured. The adventurer even stated that he's a child, abandoned by the world itself, incredibly strange. He also doesn't have parents, being raised by old adventurers that he calls his dads, further adding on to his uniqueness. I considered Fischl, because she acts like a princess from a novel, or Razor, because his lack of etiquette would seem strange to others. But with the other two, there's at least a reason on why, and it's due to their own actions. That isn't the case for Bennett though, as his bad luck has no explanation, and it's not something anyone else can make happen, or replicate, as you would need a divine being, or something like that, for it to even occur. I also chose Klee, because of her destructive capabilities. Imagine seeing a child easily blowing up a weed mill, you immediately will find her unique. And run the opposite direction, as fast as possible. She also has elf ears, something only she possesses currently, in the City of Freedom. Her mother is Alice, a near-omnipotent mage, who seemed to be pretty famous, while her dad is out buying milk. Finally, she has very good luck, it being her constellation, though it's nowhere near the same level as Bennett's bad luck. If we are allowing everything about the character, then the most unique would be Venti, Albedo, Klee, and Iona, for being part cat, and can make any drink she makes taste good. I didn't add Kaeya and Bennett here, as they are fully human, compared to the others, though I suspect that could very well change in the future. Next, for Liyue's perspective, the same thing applies here, where things not known by the public are not counted, like Zhongli, being the Archon of contracts, or Ye Lan, in whatever job she's taking. I think the most unique character in the city of Liyue is Xiao. He's one of the 5 Yakshas, and is the only one who survived. Xiao is one of the few playable characters who is a full Adeptus, not just half, though not counting Zhongli. His backstory is very deep, and he holds a very big responsibility in the past and in the present. Xiao is also extremely powerful, being able to defeat the remnants of gods, and it is said that when you see him unleash his full power, you would have to be extremely lucky to survive the whole ordeal. I should mention Chi-Chi too, for being very unique as well, being a zombie who is seemingly immortal. She was brought back alive by the Adeptus after accidentally eliminating her, and she got turned into a zombie who needs to order herself to do certain things. She is also extremely powerful. I chose Xiao over her because her responsibility is not very big or special at all, just being a herb gatherer at a pharmacy. Honorable mention to Ningguang for being the leader of their nation and being the richest person in all of Teyvat, she's definitely special, though she is still human. That will be a common theme on why I don't pick certain characters to be the most unique. If we're taking into consideration secrets, then I think Zhongli is the most unique. He is the Archon of their nation, and is the oldest Archon out of the 7. He watched the construction of Liyue, defeated countless powerful gods with ease, had a pet dragon, and allowed an ocean god to be summoned for his retirement plan. He also has a very deep, exceptional knowledge about everything. Next, from Inazuma's point of view, this one should be pretty obvious for both the general public and secrets. The most unique is the Raiding Shogun. Unlike the other 2 Archons, she doesn't keep her identity a secret, so people know she is an important person. This makes her instantly the most special to them, like what happened in Raiding's first story quest, when people freaked out. Other than that, she's just a very outstanding character. Her lore is very deep and sad. Her lore with Scaramouche was also very interesting. Raiden was even the villain at one point in the Archon quest. Also, her responsibility is still very prominent, and her strength is also exceptional, being powerful enough to slice this giant island in one strike, and her special sword technique being known to be unstoppable. Honorable mention to Kokomi for having a very deep lore, and who also has god blood, but most people in Inazuma just pay more attention to Raiden. Though, I do have to say, her being overworked, and it being a part of her character, is not very unique. For the people of Sumire, this one has to be the most difficult to pick a single character. The obvious answer would be Nahida, as she is the Dendro Archon, god of wisdom. But at the time I'm making this video, common people don't know that, or even care if she's an Archon, choosing to worship the Greater Lord. So, if she isn't the most special, who in the Sumire cast is, as all of them are very different from each other. I first thought of Kale, because of her depressing and sad backstory, being sick with Elzar. Though her current responsibility is not very big, just being a forest watcher. Then I thought of someone who has an important role, like Tighnari, that can cure the withering, and was essential in keeping the forest still thriving. His species is also unique, though his backstory was not sad at all. I would even say very normal, compared to the others. Sino has a mixture of a little bit of both, but not fully. Inori is extremely rich, and has a sad backstory, but other than that, is pretty normal. In the end, none of them match all of my criteria, so I decided to go with a different approach instead. I think the most unique character for the people of Sumire is Nilou. Yes, she doesn't have a deep backstory, but hear me out. She actively practices dancing, and actively worships the Lesser Lord, both things people look down on, and quickly see as strange. My other argument is that in the Archon quest, out of all the people of Sumire that was stuck inside that one-day dream, the sages picked Nilou as their host for the dream, out of hundreds of people, meaning they found her special, or peculiar in some way. She was also intelligent enough to realize that she was dreaming. While another group of people see her as strange, a completely different group see her as a famous dancer, and is a big inspiration, so on both sides, the people see her as unique. Finally, for my last category, who is the most special, when looking at all of our playable characters, and all of their similarities? It would be very difficult to decide which lore is more deep than the other, or who has a quirk that is more unique compared to this other quirk. In the end, the factor that was a very big reason on why I chose this specific character is their species. I think the most unique character in the entire cast is Albedo. He is a synthetic human, meaning he was artificially made, and not only that, his creator is Gold, a very powerful alchemist from the Fallen Nation. He's the only one in this category, for this current moment at least. His lore is very deep and interesting. He is apparently extremely powerful, and can easily destroy Mondstadt if he lost control, even wondering if the Traveler can stop him. He has the power of Kimia, meaning he can make drawings come into life, something only 2 people are capable of, him and Gold, his creator. In the current moment, he has an identical twin, actively plotting to replace him, a distinct predicament. He also contains an extremely high amount of knowledge, doesn't get bothered by the cold weather, is immortal, has a Geovision, which is the lowest characters in the game, and casually eats spiders as a snack. His character is just so special, in so many different levels, that even the characters in-game are suspicious of him. That is the reason I picked our favorite alchemist as the most unique character in the game. Do you agree with me picking Albedo? If not, who would you have chosen instead, and for what reasons? Comment down below. Thank you all so much for watching, subscribe, and like, if you ended up enjoying this video, as I put a lot of effort into it. Bye.